Hey everyone, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy, and today we're going to be talking about 5 different non-trucking jobs that require or definitely appreciate a CDL license. So what do I mean by that? So a lot of people think a CDL license means commercial driver's license, which means I got to be stuck driving a big truck like this. Well, that is where you're wrong. Having a CDL license is one of the most valuable things that you can actually have if you're looking to keep your job forever, because it is so transferable and there's so many different areas that you can actually use your CDL license in. Today we're going to be giving you 5 different examples of non-actual trucking jobs that either require you to have a CDL license and or will definitely benefit you from getting that job if you do have your CDL license, and probably start you off at a much higher pay simply because you do have that CDL. So let's get rolling right on the list. Thing number 1 that is a non-trucking job that requires a CDL license. It's kind of funny to think about it, but it is true, and that is a bus driver. So there's 2 main types of bus drivers out there. There's going to be the school bus drivers, which is going to be those yellow school buses that you see taking kids to school. And then there's going to be what's called coach bus drivers. And this is going to be like places like Coach and Academy and different bus companies like that and everything else in between. Now, you are required to get a CDL license. For a bus driver, in most cases, you're going to need to get a CDL Class B license. Now, in order to get a CDL Class B license, it's the same exact process. You first have to pass a few different written tests, and then you have to pass a 2.5-hour long road test. The main reason you need a Class B is because buses are a single unit that actually probably weigh more than 26,000 pounds, which means you're required to get a CDL Class B license. If you have a Class A license already, the good thing is you definitely can also drive a bus. But whether you have the Class A or the Class B, you need one specific endorsement. If you're going to be driving just normal coach buses, which is going to be a passenger endorsement. Now, in order to get a passenger endorsement on your license or upgraded on your license, you're going to have to make sure that you pass a written test to get your passenger endorsement written test done. And then you have to take the entire road test in the physical bus itself. Here at Driving Academy, we actually help a bunch of students who want to go and become bus drivers right out of school, and we can actually help them get a Class B with passenger endorsement, and that gives them the option to drive buses, box trucks, dump trucks, and a lot of other things in between itself. That being said, the average salary for a bus driver, you're talking $40,000 to $55,000. That's national average, which means there's going to be different parts of the country where you can make a whole lot more money than that as well. So the first non-trucking job that you require a CDL license is bus driver. But the other set of bus drivers is going to be a school bus driver. Now with that one is going to be similar. You're going to need to get an extra endorsement on top of the passenger, which is going to be an S endorsement, which is called school bus endorsement, which means pass a written test, and you also have to pass the 2.5-hour long road test in the physical school bus. If you go for both of them at the same time, they can definitely help you out as well, and probably be a lot more time efficient. Here at Driving Academy in our Linden facility, we're able to help students get their school bus endorsement and passenger endorsement all at the same time through actual training. So if you want more information there, check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. Again, cdldrivingacademy.com. What's that noise I hear? That's right, the firefighter siren is coming. And that's another job that is not trucking, but many firefighters actually like to have a CDL license. Now, it is not a requirement to actually drive a fire truck needing a CDL license, even though the weight of a fire truck is more than 26,000 pounds, and by law, technically you need a CDL license, but by law, there's one little rule that says firefighters are not required to have a CDL. There are firefighter companies out there that actually have an insurance requirement that requires all of their drivers to actually get CDL licenses. So that means if you're looking to become a firefighter, one of the best things you can do to kind of get that job is to get yourself a CDL license, because when they're debating between which applicant they should approve, which is going to be you who has a CDL license and the other person who has no CDL license, they're much rather going to hire you with a CDL license over the other person. Becoming a firefighter is super valuable for a lot of people, and it's a lot of people's dreams, which means there's not a lot of openings out there. So you want to make sure you get all the edge that you can, and getting a CDL license is one of the best things that you can do if you want to become a firefighter. That just shows you a whole nother level of actual responsibility, and it gives you a whole lot more value to the actual firehouse itself. It's also a great tool to have too, because firefighters traditionally don't have traditional schedules, which means you're probably going to work like 2 or 3 full days. Then you're going to have most of the week off. And on those off days, it's very easy to pick up some part-time work, driving and getting your CDL license actually in use. So that means you're definitely not going to be going to waste. So firefighter is a cool non-trucking job where if you have a CDL license, it will definitely help you out big time. Next one we're going to be talking about is going to be heavy equipment operator. Now, the heavy equipment operator is definitely going to be something in the construction field. We're talking about anything like backhoes or bulldozers or even like those excavator type of things going forward. Now, these things are not by law required to actually operate a CDL license, simply because most of these vehicles are operated on private property, which means technically you don't need any license to drive one of these things. However, if you're looking to become a heavy equipment operator, having a CDL license will bring your name to the top of the list. If you have to compare yourself to somebody who does not have it, construction company would definitely hire you over anybody else. I actually have some friends who actually are in the construction business and they're constantly looking for CDL drivers. I'm like, why do you want CDL drivers so bad? They're like, well, Jonathan, I need guys who can actually move this equipment from job site to job site. So if they can hire a CDL driver and an operator, that's even better for them, and that person's going to be able to make a boatload of money. Of course, depending on the company that you're going to be working for. But that's why it's so valuable. Imagine driving the actual piece of equipment to the job site on the tractor trailer with a lowboy, as you can see here, unloading the equipment itself and then actually operating the machine as needed. You become so valuable, you'll never lose your job. And that's why a lot of people who want to become heavy machine operators and make a boatload of money doing it, get their CDL license in the first place so it can actually help them out in the future. The next job that's not trucking and requires or will definitely help you out with a CDL license is going to be a motor person. Now, if you don't know what a motor person is, don't worry, I didn't either before I saw it on this list. And that's like all the people who operate electric vehicles, like for transportation purposes. We're talking about like trolleys and trains and all that stuff. So technically you are not required to actually have a CDL license. But for instance, in the state of New Jersey, you're going to have something called NJ Transit. In Pennsylvania, you also have the Pennsylvania Transportation as well. And most of the time when you're actually working for a state government or a transportation company that has like a light rail system or like a trolley system, and most of the time they also have buses that they operate as well. So that means if you want to go work for one of those companies itself, having a CDL license with a passenger endorsement gives you the ability to make sure that you're very flexible in the actual job, and that actually makes you so much more valuable. It's going to be great to get your foot in the door, and it also gives you the ability to kind of grow depending on what you want to do. If you go in there just doing the trolleys and just becoming a motor driver itself, in that case you're kind of be limited on what your growth potential can look like. If you go in with your CDL license already, now you're going to be so much more valuable, and now all of a sudden, if all of a sudden people are driving buses and it's making more money, you can jump there. If people are actually driving trolleys and that's making more money, you can jump over there. And now you're able to manage both and kind of go up the ladder that way. So getting a CDL license, even though you just want to drive a trolley, will probably be the quickest way and the easiest shortcut that you can do to help your career out. And the last job that's not a trucking job is going to be becoming a chauffeur. So now chauffeurs are somebody who drive luxury cars around, and they probably drive around VIPs a lot. We're not talking about like Uber Black, even though that can be considered a chauffeur, but we're talking about the next level up from that. If you have a CDL license and you're tired of driving trucks, becoming a chauffeur is one of the best options for you, simply because of a few different options. One, once you have a CDL license, you're actually considered a professional driver, which means more people are going to be able to trust you. So if you're actually getting interviewed by maybe a private chauffeur company, or maybe you're getting interviewed by an individual itself who's got a bunch of money, maybe he's famous and he wants somebody to drive him around, and you like that kind of lifestyle, showing that you have a CDL license will then tell that individual that, wow, this guy's professional, I can trust him. If he could drive those big 80,000 pound vehicles, driving a car around with me is going to be very, very easy to do. Chauffeurs are actually a great job to get into because you're going to make a good amount of money on the base salary, plus the opportunity for tips are enormous. And then all the other different benefits that people don't think about, which is going to be meeting some cool people, meeting successful people, even meeting some famous people, kind of all the stories that are going to come along with that as well, right? So those are all the different non-trucking jobs that having a CDL license will immensely improve your situation and make sure that you become successful at no matter what you do. So if you want to get your CDL license, you've got to come to the best truck driving school in the entire country, and that's here at Driving Academy. Check out our locations on our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. Again, cdldrivingacademy.com. So we can actually show you around and see exactly what location is best for you. We can help you out with the CDL Class A license, CDL Class B, and everything else in between. And all you got to do is fill out the form online with the location near you. Our team members are going to be giving you a call shortly, and we can get you started on your road to freedom today. Thanks, and have a fantastic day. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.